Come on in. We've been expecting you. We know you're watching this video on our website or YouTube channel because you want to know the exact steps on how to rush apostille this type of document as fast and as easily as possible. So buckle up, and here we go.
Hi, if you're watching this video right now, it's probably because you're needing to understand where and how you can rush Apostille Texas Certificate of Cremation, which is considered a recordable document by the Texas Secretary of State. What will it cost? What is the current turnaround and processing times? And what are the exact steps that you need to follow to place a Texas Apostille order with us? First, all documents classified by the Texas Secretary of State as recordable documents, like a Texas cremation certificate, cannot be emailed or faxed to us by you to Apostille. You must either mail us or drop off to us the original or a certified copy of your Texas cremation certificate. It cannot be a photocopy at our main Austin, Texas office. Your Texas cremation certificate must be issued ideally after the year 2000. If your document was issued between 1980 and 1999, you have roughly a 50-50 chance it will get rejected by the Secretary of State because it's too old. If your document was issued before 1980, you cannot get it apostilled, and you'll have to order and obtain a new current year certified copy from the city, county, or state of Texas. Second, recordable documents do not have to be notarized and cannot be notarized. So a notary public cannot make a copy of any recordable document and notarize it for you. You can only obtain and be issued a Texas cremation certificate from a city, county, or state of Texas government entity like a city or county clerk's office, with the exception. So cremation certificates in Texas are a little quirky because it depends on the county. Certain counties, it's always going to be a recordable document, and everything I just explained to you, it's going to be signed off by an official at the cremation or at the county or the city office. They're going to a government official is going to sign off on it. And it's going to be almost like a birth certificate or marriage license or divorce decree or birth certificate, something like that. It's going to be a recordable document. But there are some counties that do not do that, and so then you're going to need to get the funeral home or the crematorium official to sign a document and then get that notarized. And we're going to show you exactly what I mean by that. So you're going to use this certified copy affidavit. So in the case that you're in, and there's 254 counties in Texas, so the most of any state in the United States. So each county is different. So in your case, when you're trying to get a cremation certificate apostilled, you're going to have to find out from the county if they issue it through an official, or you're going to have to go through the crematorium or the funeral home, or funeral parlor, or whatever you want to call it. So if you have to go through the funeral home or the crematorium, you're going to use this document. You just click right here to download it, and it's going to be this right here. So you're going to there's two ways. You're going to make a photocopy of it. So typically, you're going to be the custodian. So let's say you get a cremation certificate from the crematorium. You're going to make a photocopy of the cremation certificate. And then you're going to you're going to print your name because you're the document custodian. And then you're going to swear, blah, blah, blah. It's a true and correct copy. And then you're going to sign your name right here. And then you're going to go, you're going to do this in front of a Texas notary, only a Texas notary. You cannot have any other state to do this. No other state, no other country. It must be a Texas notary. And they're going to put the county of wherever they're notarizing this at. And then they're going to put the day, the month, the year, and then they're going to print your name. Very important. We print the document custodian's name. You are the custodian. So many times the notaries aren't very bright, and they're going to print their name here, and your document's going to probably get rejected by the state because they catch it. The notary printed their name here. Their name doesn't go there. This is them making a statement of saying who they saw sign the document. That means they saw you sign it, and so they need to print your name here. Hence why we put print document custodian's name here. And believe me, notaries still mess this up. We just had one last week, and it wasn't for a cremation certificate, but it was for another document like this, and they didn't listen. Okay, and then the notary signs it right here. So this is what you're going to use. You're going to use this right here, download this, and you can do this virtually. Texas allows to get an apostille now on electronically notarized documents that are done by a Texas e-notary, a licensed Texas e-notary. Okay, so if you're living in another state or in another country, you do not have to fly back to Texas and be in front of a Texas notary to notarize this document now. So you can do it virtually. Usually it's through Zoom. You just have to find a Texas e-notary. Just Google it. Just put Texas e-notary or Texas remote notary or online notary, and you can all do it through video conferencing. And then you'll give them this right here. You'll literally give them this PDF, and they'll create this PDF or download this PDF, and they'll have this information right here, all of this. Oops. They'll have all this on a document. This is not working that right. Okay, they'll have all that information and this, and then electronically they're going to sign their name, and then you're going to electronically sign your name. And then you can email us the e-notarization and then everything else we need from you. So that is the only case where you don't have to mail it to us or drop off to us this document, is if you get it done electronically, virtually, remote, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. It's just people call it different things. So just so you know, so if you can't get one issued from the county or state or city, the certificate, the cremation certificate, then you have to make a copy of whatever the funeral home or crematorium gives you. And then as a custodian, you're going to make an affidavit. That's what you got to do. Okay, on our Texas Apostille order form page that you can access by clicking on the order form button at the very bottom of this page, you will need to complete the online Texas Apostille order form, then print it out and then drop it off or mail it to us along with a prepaid return FedEx or UPS shipping label so we can mail all your documents back to you or to whomever in the world you want. Again, if you get the certificate from the county or the city issued it, then you have to mail it to us or drop it off to us along with mailing us or dropping off a prepaid return shipping label and our order form. If you're doing electronically, you're getting the affidavit electronically done, then everything can be done by email. You'll email us this certified copy affidavit. You'll email us a copy of the cremation certificate that you got from the funeral home or the crematorium. And then you'll email us a prepaid return FedEx or UPS shipping label and our order form. You can just take our order form page. That's done online. You just fill it out online and then you just click save as, and you save it as a PDF and then you email it to us. So everything can be done electronically if you do the e-notary way. Otherwise, you have to mail or drop everything off to us. Next is step 2, which is the shipping instructions. This is step 2. This is all going to be about shipping and how you're going to get your documents to us and documents back from us. We're going to walk you through what you can and can't do. So first thing is, we get asked all the time, and it's on one of our FAQs, who do we recommend you ship documents with? And that is unequivocally FedEx. We've been shipping for 16 years. We've shipped to 6 continents. We haven't done Antarctica yet. Knock on wood. Hopefully we'll get them. We've shipped everywhere in the world for 16 years. We ship only FedEx to our DC office when we do federal documents and embassy documents. And in 16 years, we have never, knock on wood, again, FedEx has never lost one of our packages or damaged any of our packages enough that we couldn't get them apostilled. And they are easily the most affordable of all the 3 big carriers in the United States. Most people don't know that because they're shipping wrong, and we're going to explain to you how you do that, how you get the big savings, and how you should use FedEx. So you have to use FedEx one rate. Most people don't do that. The vast majority of people just pick FedEx and they get a quote that's high and they end up going to UPS or USPS. If you use FedEx one rate, and we go through how to do this in great detail with a long video like this and screenshots. So if you just want to do screenshots and read that page, that long page, it will do step-by-step how you create it right here for FedEx and for UPS. So if you use FedEx one rate, to give you an example, Austin is in Central Texas. When we ship our documents all the way across the country, as far as you can possibly go to the Atlantic Ocean in Washington, D.C., it only costs us right now $10.95 for 2-day FedEx. We can't even ship that regular mail for that in Texas. When we do quotes that we do frequently, UPS is over $40 for that same delivery to the same address with the same speed. And even the post office is over $23. So you're talking, it's over twice to do the post office and over 4 times to go to UPS. But you got to use FedEx one rate. So that's the secret, the little secret. Just click on here and that will walk you through to do that. Now we understand if you're shipping to South America, Central America, some places in Europe, it's very expensive to ship FedEx or UPS and you have to do DHL. We will accept DHL. It's just going to take longer because they don't have offices. So it's going to delay it by a day because normally it's the next day after it gets apostilled, then we'll drop it off. So that's what we recommend. Go there. Either of these will walk you through how to create it. And you can do this online anywhere in the world. You can create this label from your apartment, from your house, wherever you're at. You don't need to leave your house to create the label. And then you just print off the label and then you mail it along with your documents, or you can email it to us as well. Either way, because it's always going to be a PDF. And so then you got to make sure you download the original PDF. It can't be in a Word document or you can't take a photo of it. The FedEx or UPS, when you're creating the shipping label, will always give you a PDF to download. and then you just have to print that PDF off and mail it along with your documents to us. Or you can email it to us if somebody else is mailing your documents to us. For example, which I'm going to get into, if you're going to have Texas Vital Statistics or Texas Vital Records, it's called, it's the same place in Austin, Texas, they will create certified copies of birth certificates and death certificates for all 254 counties. So a lot of our clients order a new birth certificate or order a new death certificate that they need for another country, and they have Texas Vital Statistics directly mail that to us because they're located somewhere else in the United States or somewhere in the world, and it doesn't make sense for them to ship it all the way, the cost to ship that document and the time it's going to take to Europe or China or anywhere in the world, when they'll just send it to us. Or they'll have at the local level, if you're doing marriage license, a marriage certificate, divorce decree, divorce certificate, something like that, that can only be done at the county or the city level. So, Travis County here in Austin, Harris County, Dallas County, El Paso County, Tarrant County, Bexar County, any of these counties in Texas or the cities, you can have them mail your divorce or marriage documents or birth or death documents to us directly. But this is very important. You cannot put your address, your name on there. What we've had, it's a couple times now, and it's been returned, is you have to put again, this is common sense, but you have to put our name, our company name, and our address on there. You think that makes common sense, but what they're doing is they're putting their name when they're ordering this from the county or the state. They're putting their name and our address. So they're putting their address or our address and their name. Well, there's no such thing. And so our office will not sign for it. Our office desk can't sign for it because they're not on the lease. We have an office that we share with like 67 different offices or other businesses, different offices within the thing. And there's a shared reception area, and they sign for documents and they accept documents and stuff. Well, they can't accept it because there's nobody on the lease. It has to be our name. And so it's going to get returned. And that can be a problem if you're shipping it, if you're over in Europe or something and you ship the documents from Texas, it's going to get returned to them. So just please make sure you have to put our address on it. If you want, you can put our company name, and then you can say attention to you and say maybe you put your name on it if you have to. And then our address and our phone number, that's fine. That we shouldn't have a problem. But you got to have to make sure our name, Apostille Texas, is on when you're sending it to us. You have to make sure that's on there. And then the other thing is on the prepaid shipping label. So when we get done apostling your documents, you have to give us a prepaid shipping label, and you can email that to us. You can mail that to us along with your documents, or when you drop off documents to us, you can have a shipping label, and you can only drop off in Austin, Texas, no other city in Texas. You can only do it in Austin. You can only get an Apostille in Austin from the Secretary of State. You cannot get it done in Houston or Dallas or El Paso or San Antonio or anywhere else. So if you're going to drop off, which we don't recommend to do, and we're going to go over that in step 3, why, but then you can drop off a prepaid shipping label as well. But on that shipping label, you cannot put our information on there. So you have to put your name, phone number, and address, or a coworker, a friend, a family member, a business. It doesn't matter what you put, but you cannot put our address because we'll get billed by FedEx or UPS or DHL if it goes through customs, or there's more. If your shipping is they want to charge more for shipping, like you didn't pay enough. So that's in the upper left-hand corner. So when you're saying, so you're creating a shipping label, and it's asking where it's coming from. Okay, we're not the shipper. We're not the importer. You are creating the shipping label. You are the importer if it's going overseas, to another country. So you have to put that whoever's sending it, but you can't put our. It's coming from Austin, Texas, but we're only dropping it off. So you can't put our information. So again, we will not ship your documents back to you if you give us a shipping label with our information on it, especially if it's to another country. We will not do that. We'll email you and contact you and say, hey, we need a shipping label. It says right here, we did videos, we've done screenshots. We tell you, you can't do that. So you just have to give us a new label that has somebody else's address on it. Again, this is never going to matter because it's only there if FedEx loses it, meaning the address that you put on it doesn't exist. Then they return it to the sender. So you don't want it to come back to us anyways. You want it to come back to you. So, or to whoever, a friend, family member, coworker, whatever, a lawyer, wherever you want. But just got to make sure when you put the shipping label, it can't be our address. And we go over that right here on both of these as well. And then if it's shipping overseas, you have to do a customs invoice. Okay. So That's not all countries, but almost all countries. When you're sending documents, they want, they call it, sometimes it's called a customs invoice or a commercial invoice. You're going through customs to another country. You don't have to do this domestically, but if you're sending it to like Canada or Europe, China, Australia, Middle East, South America, they're gonna want they want to know what's inside the envelope. And so you can click here for FedEx and here for UPS. And we already have a pre-filled out for you template that we've worked with both FedEx and UPS managers to help us strip off all the crap on those forms because it can be confusing. You don't need it. And we just have it all pre-filled out for you. And all you got to do is put your information on there, the address, and then sign it and date it. That's it. And then you can print that off and mail it to us or email it to us or drop it off when you drop off your documents to us when we want to return it. So again, that will go through here, both of these. And again, some countries don't matter. Like for example, Mexico, you don't need it, but a lot of people do it anyways just to be safe. And we'll just stick that in there with the package when we're mailing it, the customs invoice. But for sure, I know Mexico doesn't care. At least with documents, packages, they will care. You have to have a customs invoice. But when it comes to documents, they don't care. So yeah, that's pretty much it for shipping. Thank you. This is step 3. I'm going to go over the current pricing that we have. And if you're going to drop off documents to us, and our turnaround times that are as of today, November 30th, 2025. So if you're going to drop off documents to us, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to print off our order form that you do online, which you're going to click down here, right here. By clicking this, you'll go to our order form page, and that's what you're going to fill out online and then print it out. And there's another video there that will go through how to fill out the order form and all that stuff. So if you're going to mail your documents to us, which is what most people do, you print out our order form and then you send that along with your documents like we state in step 2, you send it to us. If you're going to drop off your documents to us in person, which does not speed up the process, and I'm going to go over that, if you're going to drop it off in our Austin office, which is the only location, not Houston, not Dallas, only our Austin office, you can drop it off, your documents. So if you live in the Austin area, you need to print off our order form and then bring that in along with your documents. And then I'm going to go over right now our cutoff times. So for same day service, what that means is we're going to file your legal documents with the Texas Secretary of State if we get your documents by 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, excluding any major federal or state holidays. So whenever the Secretary of State is open, and they're actually closed more days than just the federal and state, like for 4th of July this year, they closed the Monday after 4th of July. That wasn't a federal holiday. And they closed this week, Wednesday, before Thanksgiving, and that was not a federal holiday. Or Black Friday, they are closed as well. That's not a federal holiday, but they're closed. So they're closed for 3 days this week. And they'll be closed for 3 days for Christmas, they've already announced. The day before Christmas Eve Day. So Christmas Eve Day, which is not a federal holiday. So whenever they're closed, we cannot file your document. Just make sure you know that so you're aware with the turnaround times. No company can file your documents unless the Secretary of State is open. So I just want to be clear about that. So if we get your documents by 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday when they're open, we are going to guarantee if we get them by 12 o'clock, we are going to file them with the state of Texas. Then, depending on their turnaround times, they change. We don't control this. No company, no person controls how fast they're going to turn them around. As of right now, and we change this every single month. Like right now, in a few hours, this is going to change to December 2025. So if you're watching this video in the future, in 2026 or 2027, forget what you're seeing on this video. Whatever it says right on this page, right here, this is what the current turnaround time is going to be for the Secretary of State. And I'm going to go through this on our examples. So as right now, November 2025, it takes between 0 and 2 business days for the Secretary of State to issue apostils on documents. And I'm going to explain what 0 days means. Okay? So we give some scenarios here. So if we receive your paperwork by mail or drop off by noon Central Time, we're going to file your documents. Then it's possible, not probable, the Secretary of State is going to issue your apostille the same day. So same day means 0, meaning we're going to get your document by or before noon of that day. We're going to file it that day, and they may issue it that same day, and we're going to mail back to you the exact same day. That is 0 days. or it could take them up to 2 business days after we file it to them have them issue to you. Okay, so I'm going to explain our examples here. So scenario 1, we receive your documents before or by our noon Central Standard Time cutoff time on a Monday, and then we file it that same day. The Secretary of State will either issue an apostille on your documents the same day, which is 0 days. The next business day, they might do it, which is 1 day, or 2 business days. So the worst case scenario, you're going to get it and mail back to you is on Wednesday. So that is the best case scenario if we get your document by 12 o'clock. Okay. Example number 2 is if we get your document after noon Central Time. So if you mail it to us and we get it at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon from UPS or FedEx or DHL, or you drop it off at our office at 2, 3, 4, 4:55, we have people right before 5 o'clock drop it off on that same Monday, we're going to file it then we can only file it the next day. We're going to file it the next business day. And then they could issue it that same day. That's 0 days. They might issue it the next business day, 1 day, or 2 business days. So worst case scenario, we can pick it up and mail it back to you on that Thursday. So again, both scenarios, if we get your document on a Monday, we get it before noon or after noon, it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. So again, the absolute worst case, unless there's a zombie apocalypse or an orc uprising or alien invasion, if you do it on Monday, it's going to be mailed back to you on Thursday. Worst case, best case, it can be mailed back to you on Monday. So just to go through that. And I cannot stress this enough. If you're traveling to our main office in Austin, dropping off your documents instead of mailing to you does not speed up the process. It doesn't matter if we get them by drop off or by mail before noon or after. It's going to be the same turnaround time. Too many people, they don't read our website, they don't contact us, and they show up thinking it's going to be done the same day. And that's not possible because it's Secretary of State. It's up to them. They are going to decide if they're going to issue it the same day, next day, or 2 days. So please, unless you live in the Austin area, it does not speed up the process. Just overnight your documents to us, like we say in step 2, how to do it. Okay. And then these prices are as of today. These might change next year in 2026 or 2027 or 2028, whenever you're watching this video. But don't go by what this video says. Go by what this is saying right here. Whatever this says right here, whatever it says right here at this time, that's the current pricing. So for the first document, so if you need 1 document to apostille at the Secretary of State, it's $95. And that includes all filing fees. So you don't write us a check or money order, a cashier's check. You don't send us money for the state filing fee. And you do not do the paperwork. You don't send us the state form. We have our own forms, and we pay the filing fee. So it's just $95. That's it. There's no tax. It's just $95 flat. That's all you call. And then if it's multiple, it's discounted. And this is just an easy little chart for you. If it's 1 document, it's $95. If it's 2 documents, you need apostille, and this is at the same time, it's $170, 3, $245, so and so and so and so. So that's just the current pricing all the way. We just have it. And again, any additional documents are $75 each. And then when you're ready to order, you just click this button, and that's going to take you to our order form page for Texas Apostles. And again, this is only for Texas. This isn't for federal pricing or corporate pricing, Texas corporate pricing for corporate documents to apostille or embassy fees. This is specifically only for Texas Secretary of State and Texas documents. So documents that are notarized by Texas Notary or documents that were issued from a Texas entity, city, state, county, or state government, like a Texas birth certificate, death certificate, marriage license, divorce decree, criminal records, checks, driver's license, power attorneys, stuff like that. So that's step 3. Thanks.